We all know that praising kids can be a tricky business. We want to boost their self-esteem, but some kids take it to heart a little too much. But what if the thing you're praising them for is something they actually have no control over? Like being smart. As a teacher, I once thought I was doing something nice by telling my students they were smart. I thought I was paying them a compliment, but now I know I was actually doing harm. See, in psychology, there's this concept called the Pygmalion effect. It says that when you believe something about someone, they start to believe it too. And if you believe they can't do well, guess what? They won't try. So when I praised my students for being smart, they started to think that's just how they are. They didn't need to work hard, they didn't need to practice, they were smart, so they should just get it right away. But guess what happened? They stopped trying. They became complacent. Now you might be thinking, why don't you just praise them for their effort instead? Well, here's the amazing part. When you praise effort, not intelligence, something incredible happens. Kids start to think, wow, it's not about being smart, it's about trying your best. And that mindset, that belief, is a game changer. Let me explain. In 2005, a psychologist named Carol Dweck did something really cool. She gathered some kids from different schools and told each kid that they were either really smart or really hardworking. Then she gave them some puzzles to solve. The kids who thought they were smart didn't try very hard. They thought that because they were smart, they should be able to figure it out right away. But the kids who thought they were hardworking put in the effort and tried different strategies. Why? Because they knew that being hardworking wasn't about being good at everything, but about putting in the effort and learning from their mistakes. And that's a powerful lesson. Dweck didn't stop there. She followed these kids for years, and what she found was really shocking. The kids who believed they were smart ended up feeling less smart over time. They felt threatened by challenges because they thought it meant they weren't smart enough. They avoided trying new things because they didn't want to risk looking bad. They stopped learning. On the other hand, the kids who believed they were hardworking got smarter over time. They didn't fear challenges. They saw them as opportunities to grow. They learned from their mistakes and kept trying. And that mindset is what helped them succeed. So why does praising intelligence backfire like this? Well, when we praise intelligence, we tell kids that their brains are fixed. That means that if they're not good at something, it must mean they're not smart. And that's not true. Our brains are like muscles. We can train them and make them stronger. Praising intelligence also tells kids that being smart is more important than being kind, hardworking, or creative. And that's not the kind of message we want to send them. So what can we do instead? Well, let's go back to praising effort. When we praise effort, we tell kids that they can grow and improve. We tell them that it's okay to make mistakes because that's how we learn and get better. And that mindset is a powerful thing. So next time you see your child struggling to learn something new, struggling to solve a problem, struggling to understand a concept, struggling to master a skill, don't just rush in and tell them the answer. Don't just rush in and tell them they're smart. Take a step back and watch them struggle. Watch them persevere. Watch them grow. And when they finally succeed, praise their effort, not their intelligence. Tell them how proud you are of their hard work, not how smart they are. And here's the beautiful part. As they grow up, they'll carry that mindset with them. They'll face challenges with a smile, knowing that effort is the key to success, not intelligence. They'll learn from their mistakes and keep trying, knowing that failure is just another excuse to get better. And that, my friends, is the greatest gift we can give our children. So let's stop praising intelligence and start praising effort. Let's help our kids develop a growth mindset and watch them become the most amazing versions of themselves. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. We live in a world that loves to label people. You're so smart. We praise kids for their intelligence all the time, and it feels good, addictive even. But over time, something interesting starts to happen. Their need to look smart, to prove themselves. It slowly morphs into a terror of looking stupid, a fear of not living up to this brilliant label. Now imagine being that kid. Imagine growing up hearing, "You're so smart," every time you get something right. It feels good, addictive even, but over time something starts to shift. You stop trying new things, you avoid mistakes, and slowly you become terrified of not seeming smart anymore. That's the silent trap. Psychologist Carol Dweck found something shocking. Praising intelligence can create fragile egos. Instead of building confidence, we build anxiety. The child, or adult, starts believing that success is fixed, that failure equals shame. And what happens then? They stop trying. They seek validation, not growth. They fear challenges, and inside they crumble with every tiny failure. Here's the kicker. This fragile ego, it doesn't just affect them, it ripples to everyone around them. Parents, teachers, friends. We all suffer watching them fail. We panic and we jump in to save them. But that Band-Aid, it's not a solution. It keeps them stuck. So how do we break through? How do we help them see beyond this narrow view of success? Let's go back to the beginning. You've probably heard of the marshmallow test, right? Kids are offered a marshmallow now or two later if they can resist. It's a test of self-control. But what's fascinating is not what you think. You say you want confidence like this. But me? I want unstoppable confidence. The kind that doesn't crack under pressure, doesn't crumble when things get tough. And you know what I discovered? It's built not from praise, but from perseverance. Let's go deeper. Imagine two people. One hears you're smart, the other hears you worked hard, you didn't give up. Now imagine both of them face a challenge. When failure hits, the first one breaks. The second one grows. Why? Because success isn't a finish line. It's a process. Real confidence isn't built from praise. It's built from perseverance. When we praise kids for being smart, they grow up thinking intelligence is all there is to life. Good grades, good job. They become the smartest person in the room. But when we praise their effort, their hard work, their perseverance, something incredible happens. They develop a hunger for challenge. They learn to embrace struggle. Failure doesn't break them, it makes them stronger. You see, Carol Dweck's research, she found that students who were praised for their effort chose harder tasks. They sought out challenge. They weren't afraid to fail because they knew failure meant one of two things. Either they didn't understand something, or they hadn't tried enough. And that's the difference between unstoppable and ordinary confidence. Ordinary confidence says, I'm good at this. Unstoppable confidence says, I'm good at learning, I'm good at growing, I'm good at getting better. And here's the beautiful part. This isn't just a lesson for children, it's for all of us. Most of us have spent way too much time trying to prove how smart we are. We've hidden behind our supposed brilliance, cowering from challenges, shying away from risks, playing small, all in the name of looking smart. But here's the secret. There's no such thing as being too smart to learn. It's a myth. It's a lie we tell ourselves to protect our fragile egos. If you've ever worried that you're not smart enough, talented enough, or gifted enough, then this message is for you. It's time to stop worrying about proving your intelligence and start focusing on developing your perseverance. It's time to stop fearing failure and start embracing challenge. Because true intelligence isn't about being good at one specific thing. True intelligence is about being able to learn anything. It's about having an unstoppable drive to learn and grow and improve. So if you want to build unstoppable confidence, if you want to become the smartest person in the room, here's what you do. First, you have to let go. Let go of the need to be right. Let go of the fear of being wrong. Let go of the belief that you're too smart to make mistakes. Let go of the idea that learning is a threat and embrace it as a gift. Second, you must start again. Not to prove your worth, but to build it. See, our minds aren't fixed boxes filled with all the stuff we've memorized. Our minds are living, breathing forces that grow and change with every new experience. And the more we exercise our minds, the stronger they become. So stop worrying about what you don't know and start learning. Don't try to hide your weaknesses. Try to build on them. Because the only weakness is giving up. The only strength is perseverance. So go out there and embrace the challenge. Fail miserably, learn from it, and keep going. That's how you build unstoppable confidence. That's how you become the smartest person in the room. By the way, this was a summary of a talk given by Scott Mouts. I remember staring at the mirror in my bathroom every single morning. My entire 6th grade year getting ready for school. I would look at myself and say out loud, "You're not good enough. You're not beautiful enough. You're not smart enough. You're not enough." And I felt so bad about myself that I started cutting off the ends of my hair, my bangs, because I thought if I was ugly, I might as well just shave my head. And then one day I heard 2 different voices, 2 different people being praised. The first person, someone said, "You're smart," and they believed it. The second person, someone said, "You worked hard, you didn't give up," and they believed it. When failure hit, the first one broke. The second one grew. Because success isn't a finish line, it's a process. And real confidence, it's built not from praise but from perseverance. In Carol Dweck's research, she would praise kids for their effort, not their intelligence. So some kids were told, "Wow, you must be really smart to get that right." And other kids were told, "Wow, you must have worked really hard to get that right." And what happened next was shocking. The kids who were praised for their effort, not their intelligence, chose harder tasks. They embraced challenge. They learned from failure. And this is not just a lesson for children, it's a lesson for all of us. If you've been terrified of failing, if you've been hiding behind the label smart, it's time to let go because life is not fair. You can't always choose what cards you're dealt, but you can choose how you play them. My biggest fear is that we're all just playing small, settling for less than we're capable of, settling for less than we deserve. We're scared to put in the work, to stretch ourselves, to become the people we're capable of being, because effort is painful, it's uncomfortable, it's scary. But here's the truth. Effort is where the magic happens. Effort is how we build unstoppable confidence. Your mind isn't a fixed box. It's a living, breathing force. And your future, it grows with effort. Effort is what separates those who achieve their dreams from those who don't. Effort is what allows us to turn our weaknesses into strengths. Effort is how we rise above our circumstances and create the life we want. If you're tired of feeling stuck, if you're tired of feeling like you're not enough, then it's time to start putting in the effort. Don't wait for things to happen. Make them happen. Take control of your life and start working towards your dreams. So many of us spend our lives looking for shortcuts, for easy solutions, for ways to get ahead without putting in the work. But there's no such thing as success without effort. The only way to achieve our dreams is by putting in the effort, by showing up day after day, by pushing ourselves beyond our comfort zones. We can't be afraid of failure. We can't let it hold us back. We have to embrace it, learn from it, and grow. This is how we become unstoppable. This is how we build true confidence. So what are you waiting for? Go out there and put in the effort. Make your dreams happen. And remember, the only person you're competing with is the person you were yesterday. And that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Please smash that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.